Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome again to my podcast, Snacks Thoughts. I say again, welcome to my podcast, Snacks Thoughts. Had a little break last week, for Thanksgiving, but glad to be back. And so, what is my thought for tonight? My thought for tonight is you can't be fired from what you own. And I'm going to say it again. You can't be fired from what you own. And what prompted me to think of this was, you know, um, I'd have a couple of friends, and we chit chatted, and there were some that had left, their job and either went to another, or you have some of the people that won't take the jobs that are in the job market. You have more jobs for the first time than people that are employed. Supposedly, they say there's 107 million, that's not in the workforce, but you have all these jobs, popping up, and so there's different reasons, why people leave their jobs, or why even some of the people won't go back, you know, to the labor market, and then also you have those that may have made a little bit of money off of crypto as well. And so, they're laying back and they don't want to go back, to these particular jobs. I guess they're tired of the hassle, the hustle and bustle, and some of the pressure, But what I thought about was that if you own something or you own yourself, nobody can take it away from you. When you own something, that means that you're in charge and you get to make the rules. You basically produce for yourself. And so there's no one that can fire you, you know, from that, because you're the one, that is in charge. Whether you're an entrepreneur, or a sole proprietor, going one deep, or whether you're an individual that has started a company or something like that, and you actually hire employees. But if you own it, you basically you can't be fired from it. You can't be voted out. Not unless the company or business gets so large that you begin to develop your board of trustees, and you basically are putting it on the stock market. That's the only way. Maybe that might be able to happen if you're not the majority owner. But other than that, if you own yourself, you can't be fired. And I think that this right here might be encouraging for individuals if they're, possibly looking for another career move. Maybe they don't want to go back, to the rat race. A lot of people have gotten tired of it, and I believe that's why you're seeing this, mass exodus, and many people dragging their feet about going back into the labor force. Some have even opted, for early retirement, you know. And I understand, people sometimes after a certain period, they get tired, and they get tired of being used and abused, you know, at the expense, so that those at the top, can keep reaping the benefits, while those pretty much at the bottom have to do all the work, but own, yourself. They can't fire you, from what you own, because, you're the boss. You know, you're the boss. You make the rules. You set, your schedule. By owning yourself, you have autonomy, or basically freedom. And I believe that many people, one of the reasons why they're not going back, or they're reluctantly dragging their feet about going back to the labor force, I believe it's a combination of things. But it's not just money. I believe for some people, they want to own their time. They want to own their time. They want to be able to spend more time with their loved ones. And then for some, it could be the expense, of childcare. It's a combination of things, but surprisingly, all of it, the reasons it acts, all of it wasn't money. Money was definitely a part of it. Definitely that was a part of it. The wages and stuff like that. But you know, um, for those of you that want to get out the rat race, and you know, you may have be earning a good paycheck, but you're tired of the mess, and the stress and the foolishness and the pressure, that comes with it. Having to earn, that paycheck. It comes to a certain point, you begin to evaluate, like, hey, wait a minute, is the money worth it? You know, is it worth it for all that I have to put up with? And then if the bosses or higher ups, suspect that you may not be fully on board, or, they may want to flex on you, they may be threatening you, to fire you, or trying to mess with your career, because they may be control freaks, but they can't fire you from what you own. When you can produce for yourself, and you don't need the job, that's a beautiful feeling, because now you have the option to where you can choose whether or not you want to stay or you want to leave. When you're producing for yourself, and if you got a business, that's on the side, and it begins to start making as much as your job or even more, that gives you power. That puts the ball back in your court. And you can choose to, on a drop of a hat or a whim, tell your boss, hey, I'm done. I've had enough. Effectively, I'm clearing out in the next 30 minutes. That's when you take in your power back, when you have the ability to do that, to know that all your bills, are going to be paid, and your lifestyle does not change or is not affected, whether you have said job or whether you don't. But I would definitely, encourage those of you that have made your money off of investments or off of that crypto, and you want to go back to the labor force. You may want to consider, maybe, and this is not investment advice, so I'm definitely not an investment advisor, but maybe you want to consider, with the extra money that you made, if you got a nice little pile, you definitely want to save some, obviously, for your emergency fund and rainy day, but maybe you might want to invest it, a portion of it, into a business or some type of income producing asset that can produce, money for you. Just something to think about. And for those of you that may be tired of the hustle and bustle, well, then maybe you might want to consider really going into entrepreneurship. You know, they can't fire you from what you own, and maybe that might be the right move. I'm definitely in that phase. Myself rolling as an entrepreneur. And it feels good. To have control. Of my time. It feels good. Set my own schedule. Come and go as I please. I am in charge of my time. So, something to think about, guys. They can't fire you if you own it. So figure out, what it is that you want to do. And maybe it's time to start that business to get it off the ground. But I'm speaking to those that are able to do this. You don't want to do nothing crazy if you're not in a position to do that. But for those of you that have stashed up a little bit, and you don't want to go back to the labor force, well, maybe entrepreneurship is for you. And for those of you that may have been thinking about starting a business or moving in a different direction, maybe this right here is for you. But consider it. They can never fire you from what you own. You're in charge. But that's basically all I have for this one. Short and sweet, to the point. And the name of this podcast is Snacks Thoughts. That's SNAKZTHOUGHTS. Snacks Thoughts. And you can find this podcast on Anchor, Spreaker, Spotify, SoundCloud, Radio PBM, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and a host of other social media platforms. So please subscribe to Snack Thoughts and share it and push it out. Share it and push it out, guys. Also, I have a YouTube channel called Eric Broadus YouTube. EricBroadus YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. So go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Smash that bell to become a subscriber. Smash the like button to like the video. If you don't like it, hit the unlike button. Leave a comment either way. Everyone has a right to be heard. And I also am teaching courses on Skillshare on how to succeed in the military. So I'll leave the referral link in the description. And come on over and join, my course at Skillshare. But that's all I have, guys. Have a good weekend and be safe. Peace.